Morning, I'm Jay Beershank. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here for another edition of Journal Talks, where we go into my journal and we talk about the entry. Why? Who knows? Maybe for entertainment, maybe for wisdom, maybe for knowledge, maybe for comedy, maybe for inspiration, maybe for no reason at all, just to do it. Is it for me? I don't know. Is it for you? I don't know. But maybe it's for us. Anyway, so far this morning I haven't done too much. Cleaned my apartment, so I'm sitting in a nice clean apartment, and that's about all I've done. Had a couple cups of coffee, journaled a little bit, looked through pictures I took yesterday. I had a really crazy day with the motorbike yesterday, went all around, so I had tons of pictures and videos, so I ciphered through those, and then I decided, well, it's a good time to make the journal talk before I go out, so here we go. Here we go. So, November 6th. There is no name on this one, but it's a two-pager. At the very top it says Brandy. Brandy is the name of my friend on Whidbey Island. On November 6th, I hadn't left for Asia yet. I was still living on Whidbey Island, Washington. Whidbey Island, Washington is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been in my whole entire life, and I really think that it might be one of the most beautiful places in the world. Everywhere is beautiful, of course, but this place has an especially powerful, special vibrance to it. The people and the environment and everything is just so amazing. But heed my warning, the north side Whidbey Island can screw off. I was going to say suck my dick, but that's not very mature, is it? But the north side of Whidbey Island is not very magical. I'm from the south side till I die. The south side's amazing, much more beautiful in my opinion. In the north end they have, you know, some kind of more corporate stuff going on. They got the Walmarts, they got the fast food, they got that kind of stuff going on. The south side, we don't have that stuff. We just have beautiful nature, community, love, and trippiness. It's an amazing place to grow up, and if you're ever in the United States, in Washington State, go to Whidbey Island, check it out, go to Langley. I love Langley. I spent so much time there just strolling the streets, going to the thrift stores, drinking Eustace Bay coffee, just smiling at the people, sitting on the benches in the sun. That's like basically my whole mid to late teens was doing that. So this was November 6th, helping Brandy. Brandy is a woman who owned a who ran a coffee shop called The Commons for a long time. That's how I met her. At this point, 2019, November 6th, she didn't work there anymore, but we became friends through that coffee shop. So, journal entry starts. Just got back from helping Brandy. I put quotations around helping because on this particular day, she asked me to come help her, and I remember when I went there, we really didn't do anything because like we were gonna move this like big pile of sticks, and then she decided, you know what, nah, let's leave it. And then we were gonna like do a new roof on her chicken coop, and then she decided, oh well, I guess maybe I don't know what I want to do. And then we were gonna do something else, and she was like, oh no, I guess not. So we ended up just walking around, and she made me a cup of coffee, and we just kind of like, you know, hung out and had a good time together. And I put wheels on a wheelbarrow for her, so I did that. But that's like all I did in like a 2-hour period. It was fun though, it was good just to hang out with her. Just got back from helping Brandy. It was actually quite unorganized, and we ended up getting very little tangible work done. Although I believe a significant amount of intangible work was done. Ooh, intangible work. I had very much fun talking and being present with her, as I believe she did with me. That's always the most fun. It's always the most rewarding, most fulfilling thing you can do for someone too. It's just be present and listen to them and actually care about them. Don't try to, you know, boast, or don't try to convince yourself that you're doing the right thing by what you're saying to them. Just be present with them and listen to them and truly, genuinely care about what they're saying. Have a real, genuine, goddamn conversation. It's so hard nowadays, I feel like, with so much confusion and distractions and all these ideas in people's minds. Just to have a normal, goddamn, genuine conversation with no other, you know, influencing ideas that are just running through your mind a million miles an hour. It's a good thing about Whidbey Island, man. It feels away from all that BS. You just feel like you're in a magical paradise, really. She thanked me many times for the time. I put time in quotations because it only turned out to be maybe an hour. She thanked me many times for the time I gave her, which only turned out to be maybe an hour. To think we all don't have at least 1 hour to give is preposterous. No matter who or why, you live more in that hour than 1 day in solitude. What I was saying here is you live more in 1 hour being present with someone than you live in a whole day of solitude. A whole day of solitude can feel so long and so lonely, and you can go through so many thoughts and so much self-depreciation and so much just kind of like unnecessary chaotic mind journeys. But 1 hour being present with someone is worth, you know, one full day, or is as beneficial or as nice or as refreshing or whatever as one full day by yourself. To think we all don't have at least 1 hour to give is preposterous. No matter who or why, you live more in that hour than 1 day in solitude. This is an opinion meant to be coarse and brash, yet there's much vitality and truth nestled within. So what I meant by coarse and brash is, it's a hard one to decipher. It's kind of metaphorical, and it's not very clean and smooth and beautiful of an idea, but like we just talked about, I think there's a lot of beauty in that idea. 1 hour of genuine presence with someone is more beneficial to you than a day, or is more, what did I say here? You live more in that 1 hour than you live in one full day of solitude. Nevertheless, I love words. Maybe you could say I'm obsessed with them. Obsessed with the idea of turning intangible significance into tangible matter, something that matters. Yet maybe that's directly my ego wanting tangible ideas to identify with rather than ephemeral ones. Ooh, that's a really great point. So I think about this a lot, like if the reason why I do so much talking, and like you look at my YouTube channel, it's so much talking. This is an internal struggle I've gone through with a lot, is like, do I just talk to basically fortify my ego and to make my projected idea of who myself is stronger, and to make myself feel like I have something going for me, when really all it is words turning intangible into tangible? But how tangible is a word really in the grand scheme of things? You know, it's like a word is not tangible at all. You know, someone once told me that there's a 3-step process to creation. There's a thought, there's a word, and then there's an action. So really, I'm only doing 2/3 of that whole creation process, because the third part is action. Maybe you could say videotaping it and putting on YouTube is a tangible part, you know, the third part of that creational process. But it's a interesting one. I'm not sure. If you would to talk to my dad, he would say, you know, he'd be an advocate for, you know, do something. That's what he always tells me, just fucking do something, Jay. And you know, I try my best. But that's an interesting idea. I love words. Maybe you could say obsessed. Obsessed with the idea of turning intangible significance into tangible matter, something that matters. Yet maybe that's directly my ego wanting tangible ideas to identify with rather than ephemeral ones. Ephemeral means coming and going, like smoke or mist. It's there and then it's gone. I could wonder my whole life. I could wonder my whole life, and I probably will. I could wonder my whole life, and I probably will. Is wonder not curiosity? I'd rather, ... Would I rather? Rather in quotations. What does rather insinuate? Better or worse? Are these destructive concepts? Hard to tell, but that's another one of those wonders. So as you can see, like, there's this certain dance that I have with my own intellect and my own ideas and my own thoughts, because it's like, at the end of the day, are they just unnecessary extrapolations that are produced by my ego to make myself feel more dynamic than I really am? You know, have I just read enough, and have I just been exposed to enough information to have so many different reference points that I can just shoot, you know, synapse from here to here that connects two things that just don't need to be connected at all, and I actually use it as like some pseudo significance of my intelligence or something? And that's something that I laugh about a lot, because it's like, it doesn't fucking matter, I should just do something, which is back to the words of my dad, just do something. It's a funny concept, it really is. Maybe that's another one of those wonders. I'd rather have my mind focused on creation than destruction. The mind will persist no matter what my feelings about it, so why not have it adding rather than taking? That's a good point. The mind will persist. I will have ideas. The mind will persist no matter my feelings about it. My mind will keep having ideas no matter how I feel about the fact that maybe I should or shouldn't be having ideas. So why not have it adding rather than taking? So why not have it fortifying my sense of self rather than taking away from my sense of self? But at the same time, that's a contradictive idea of mine, because by taking away from my sense of self, I'm also adding to my sense of self by the process of phoenixing and rebirthing. So a million ideas, and maybe they mean something and maybe they all mean nothing. At the end of the day, just do something. I'd rather have it adding than taking. We ran into another rather without even noticing. Maybe that's an admirable devotion for my mind, to simply notice. So I'm just saying, maybe that's the most noble thing I can use my mind for, is just to notice myself and to notice that I'm having all these different ideas. Hee hee, who knows? Thank you, I love you. Walk with grace, speak with empathy, live with gratitude, ... Easy skanking. Easy skanking, you can hear the Bob Marley in the background. At the end of the day, all this crazy shit that you can conceive in your mind, you know, it's, we really roped it back to the most important things right there. Walk with grace, so live your life and walk and do things with a manner of elegance and a manner of refinement that is at least trusting that what you're doing right now is the right thing for you to be doing. At least have that amount of grace. Speak with empathy. When you speak, like we said earlier, speak genuinely to the person you're speaking to. Don't speak to yourself. Don't try to fortify who you think you are through your words you're trying to communicate to others. Talk to them. Don't talk to yourself, you know? Speak with empathy. Live with gratitude. At the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is we're all here together on this big, beautiful planet, living lives, you know? Everybody's confused, everybody's happy, everybody's successful, everybody's blissed out, everybody's worried, everybody's not successful, everybody's got something going on. But we have one thing in common, and that's like the meta common, which is we're alive and we're here, and it's a blessing and it's amazing. So live with gratitude. Be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for your ability to have all these crazy thoughts. Be grateful for the ability to be able to be genuinely there with someone and be present. Appreciate others. Be grateful that they're there right in front of you, and you have all these amazing humans and all this amazing life around you at all times, because at the end of the day, when you get all crazy and astray in your mind, you can always ground yourself with that we're all here together, and you're only alone as alone as you make yourself, really, or only as alone as you choose to be, and you're only as isolated as you choose to be. You're only as misunderstood as you choose to believe that you are. Easy skanking. So yeah, holy foolery, easy skanking. Keep laughing, keep loving, keep playing, keep going. Do something. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stand in light, stand in love. Take it easy.